Teen Mom star Kailyn Lowry spoke out earlier this year about her plastic surgery regrets. She said it was a mental illness to constantly mutilate her body. But now she's preparing to undergo a drastic face surgery. Keep reading for all the details. Kailyn Lowry gets candid about plastic surgery regrets. MTV viewers first met Kailyn Lowry on 16 and Pregnant in 2010. She documented her journey into motherhood for 11 years on the Teen Mom franchise. She left in 2022, but keeps fans updated on the podcast she co-hosts with Lindsay Crisley and through social media. Kailyn now has 7 kids and is beginning to think about how her decisions can affect the kids, especially after her only daughter's birth. Kailyn's daughter Valley and twin brother Verse was born in 2023. Her other children include Isaac with Joe Rivera, Lincoln with Javi Marroquin Lux, and Creed with Chris Lopez, and Rio with Elijah Scott, who is also the father of Verse and Valley. Kailyn Lowry candidly admitted earlier this year that she hoped her kids never experience the body issues that she's had over the years. She said that she was willing to go to any length to be skinny. Teen Mom star reveals drastic face surgery coming. The Teen Mom star has been open with fans about the plastic surgery she's had over the years. She had a breast reduction and tummy tuck earlier this year. In 2016, her Brazilian butt lift was streamed live on Snapchat. She's also had Botox and lipo. And she's not done yet. She revealed on the Coffee and Convos podcast this week that she's waiting to get more Botox until after her next surgery. She's scheduled to have surgery to remove skin from her neck. "I'm getting my neck chopped off in 2 weeks, so I'm, sort of waiting to get Botox until after that," Kailyn said. She went on to explain that she wants to get rid of her double chin and have a snatched jawline. "When I sit up straight, I don't really have a double chin, right? But it's the angles that I always have a double chin. Sometimes I have 3, she said about why she wants the procedure. The doctor warned her that the Lux and Creed tattoo on her neck might move after the surgery. She got the names of 2 of her kids tattooed on her neck in May. She initially wanted to do lipo on the problem area, but was told they couldn't because it's just skin and not fat. The doctors also told her that the double chin removal surgery won't last forever. She may need to undergo another facial surgery in 20 years. Fan calls her out. A clip of the podcast was posted on social media. One fan called Kailyn out for having more surgery after speaking out against it just a few months ago. They wrote, "Didn't you just say last year after all that plastic surgery you were done and regretted it for your kids? What if your daughter has that same chin?" However, Kailyn said that the surgery has been booked. Stay tuned to see her with a snatched jawline. Kailyn Lowry, the reality star who rose to fame on 16 and Pregnant and spent more than a decade on the Teen Mom franchise, is preparing for another cosmetic procedure after publicly expressing regret about past surgeries earlier this year. Lowry, a mother of 7 whose children include Isaac, Lincoln, Lux, Creed, Rio, and twins Verse and Valley, born 2023. Has been increasingly frank about how her choices around appearance have weighed on her mentally and what she hopes her children will learn from her experiences. In recent interviews, she called the compulsion to repeatedly alter one's body a mental illness, saying she never wanted her kids to inherit the same body image struggles that drove her to pursue drastic measures in the past. Despite that admission, Lowry revealed on her Coffee and Convos podcast that she is scheduled to have skin removed from her neck in the coming weeks. The procedure, she explained, is intended to eliminate a persistent double chin and carve a more defined jawline. "When I sit up straight, I don't really have a double chin," she said, "but it's the angles. Sometimes I have 3. She added that she's postponing further Botox until after the neck surgery. Lowry has a long history with cosmetic work, a Brazilian butt lift in 2016 that was broadcast on Snapchat, various liposuction procedures, Botox, and this year's breast reduction and tummy tuck. She also recently added a neck tattoo bearing the names Lux and Creed. Her surgeon warned the ink might shift after the upcoming operation. Surgeons told Lowry liposuction wouldn't help because the issue is excess skin rather than fat, and cautioned that the results may not be permanent. She might need another facial operation in about 20 years. The announcement prompted social media pushback from viewers who reminded her of earlier comments about regretting repeated procedures and worrying about the example it sets for her children. One critic asked how she could criticize cosmetic culture yet return to it, pointing out the risk that her daughter might face similar pressures. Lowry responded that the appointment is already booked. Lowry's case highlights a common tension in public life: celebrities who speak openly about the harms of cosmetic surgery while still seeking procedures themselves. For supporters, her candor about mental health and body image struggles is valuable. For critics, the cycle of alterations raises questions about the lasting impact of surgical interventions and the messages they send to younger generations. Lowry has not yet shared photos or a timeline for recovery. She has continued to update fans via her podcast and social channels, and the upcoming surgery is likely to reignite discussion about celebrity cosmetic choices and the complicated relationship many people have with their appearance. Kailyn Lowry, a familiar face from the Teen Mom franchise, has been candid about her journey with plastic surgery. Earlier this year, she openly discussed her regrets about the numerous procedures she had undergone, describing it as a mental illness to constantly mutilate her body. However, despite her previous reservations, Lowry is now gearing up for another significant surgical procedure. Here are all the details. Kailyn Lowry's journey with plastic surgery. Kailyn Lowry first gained fame on MTV's 16 and Pregnant in 2010. She continued to share her experiences as a young mother on the Teen Mom franchise for over a decade before leaving in 2022. Although she is no longer on the show, she keeps her fans updated through her podcast, co-hosted with Lindsay Crisley, and her active social media presence. Lowry is a mother of 7 children. Her family includes Isaac with Joe Rivera, Lincoln with Javi Marroquin, Lux and Creed with Chris Lopez, and Rio with Elijah Scott, who is also the father of her twins, Valley and Verse, born in 2023. Lowry has been reflecting on how her decisions, including her plastic surgery choices, might impact her children, especially her daughter Valley. Candid admissions and future plans. In a candid admission earlier this year, Lowry expressed her hope that her children would never experience the body image issues she has struggled with. She revealed that she had gone to any length to achieve a skinny physique. Despite her past regrets, Lowry is preparing for another major surgery. Lowry has been open about her previous plastic surgery procedures, including a breast reduction, tummy tuck, Brazilian butt lift, which she live-streamed on Snapchat in 2016, Botox, and liposuction. On the Coffee and Convos podcast, she revealed that she is scheduled to undergo surgery to remove excess skin from her neck in the coming weeks. She mentioned that she is waiting to get more Botox until after this procedure.